You sleep for 8 hours. You drink the water. You take the vitamins. You do everything right. Yet at 2 p.m., you hit a wall. Or worse, you wake up feeling like you never went to sleep at all. We're living in an epidemic of exhaustion. But here is the uncomfortable truth that most standard health advice misses. If sleep isn't fixing your tiredness, then your tiredness isn't about a lack of rest. It is about a lack of safety. There is a specific biological switch in your body. When it gets stuck, it puts your metabolism, your focus, and your energy production into a state of hibernation. It's not burnout. It's not laziness. It is a physiological state dictated by the longest, most complex nerve in your body, the vagus nerve. In this video, we are going to do a deep dive into the neuroscience of fatigue. We aren't talking about getting better sleep hygiene. We are going to map out why your nervous system has decided to shut down your energy production and exactly, step by step, how to convince it to turn the lights back on. Stay with me, because later in this video, I'm going to walk you through a specific physiological test, something you can do in 10 seconds to tell if your vagus nerve is offline. To understand why you are tired, we have to look at the hierarchy of the nervous system. Most people think stress is just fight or flight, high heart rate, anxiety, moving fast. That is the sympathetic nervous system. That takes energy. It mobilizes glucose. It's expensive for the body. But what happens when the stress is chronic? What happens when the threat, whether it's financial pressure, loneliness, or just the constant noise of modern life, never goes away? Your body realizes it can't run forever. It can't fight forever. So to save your life, it engages an ancient defense mechanism managed by the dorsal branch of the vagus nerve. This is the freeze response. Think of a reptile playing dead to avoid a predator. It slows its heart rate. It lowers its body temperature. It numbs pain. In humans, we call this dorsal vagal shutdown. This is the tired that sleep doesn't fix. When you are in a dorsal shutdown, your body is actively conserving energy because it perceives your environment as overwhelming. You aren't tired because you're out of fuel. You're tired because your internal governor has put a speed limiter on your engine. If you feel heavy, if your voice feels monotonous, if socializing feels like an impossible chore, you are likely not depressed or sleep deprived. You are functionally frozen. Now, we cannot talk about the vagus nerve without talking about the gut. 80% of the fibers in the vagus nerve are afferent, meaning they send signals from the body to the brain, not the other way around. Your gut is constantly reporting the state of your health to your brain via this nerve. If your gut is inflamed from processed foods, constant snacking, or antibiotics, the vagus nerve detects this chemical chaos. It sends a sickness behavior signal to the brain. Think about when you have the flu. You want to curl up in bed, you don't want to talk, and you feel heavy. That is a vagal response to inflammation. Many of you watching this are living in a low-grade, permanent state of sickness behavior because your gut health is signaling a constant threat to your brain. Your brain responds by cutting energy to non-essential tasks like ambition, creativity, and social engagement. This creates a vicious cycle. You're tired, so you eat quick sugar for energy. The sugar inflames the gut. The vagus nerve signals threat. The brain shuts down energy. You feel more tired. So how do we measure this? How do you know if this is actually happening to you? We use a metric called heart rate variability, or HRV. A healthy vagus nerve acts like a brake on your heart. When you exhale, the vagus nerve slows your heart rate down. When you inhale, the brake releases and the heart speeds up. High variability is good. It means you are adaptable. It means your brake is working. If your HRV is chronically low, it means the vagus nerve has lost its tone. The brake is broken. Your body is stuck in a sympathetic overdrive or a dorsal collapse. Here is a subjective test you can do. It's called the Romheld syndrome check, or simply the gastric vagal test. Next time you eat a meal, monitor your heart rate and energy for 20 minutes after. Do you feel your heart pounding? Do you feel an immediate wave of exhaustion requiring a nap? That is not normal digestion. That is your vagus nerve failing to manage the stress of digestion, triggering a shutdown response. A healthy vagus tone allows you to eat without a massive energy crash. We've identified the problem. You are stuck in a dorsal vagal shutdown. Now, we need to manually stimulate the nerve to signal safety to the brain. We call this vagal toning. Step 1. The ratio breathing. The vagus nerve is activated during exhalation. Most stressed people inhale too much. To turn the nerve on, we need to double the exhale. Try the 4-7-8 method right now. Inhale through the nose for 4, hold for 7, exhale audibly through the mouth for 8. Step 2. Thermal shock. This is not about ice baths, although those help. You can simply splash freezing cold water on your face, specifically around the eyes and lips. This triggers the mammalian dive reflex, which instantly lowers heart rate and activates the vagus nerve. Step 3. Vocal stimulation. The vagus nerve passes through the vocal cords and the inner ear. This is why chanting, humming, or singing feels soothing. A low-frequency hum, like a VOO sound, vibrates the nerve directly. Doing this for 2 minutes can physically shift your nervous system state. Step 4. The neural reset. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Keep your head facing forward. Move only your eyes to the far right. Hold them there until you feel a yawn, a swallow, or a sigh. Then do the left. That yawn, that is your nervous system shifting out of freeze and back into safety. The journey out of chronic fatigue isn't about drinking more coffee. It's about convincing your body that the war is over. Your vagus nerve is scanning for safety every millisecond. If you give it safe environments, healthy food, and these reset protocols, it will lift the freeze order. Your metabolism will fire up, the brain fog will clear. If you have been struggling with unexplained tiredness for years, try these protocols for 2 weeks. Stop fighting the fatigue and start signaling safety. Once your nervous system is regulated, your sleep will actually start to work again. If you want to optimize that sleep even further, I've detailed the perfect circadian routine in this video right here. Take care of your nervous system, and it will take care of you.